I recently started running an Airbnb, and I learned something pretty quickly. Getting your property listed is the easy part. Getting people to actually book it? That's where the work begins. You have to write a listing that stands out. Figure out your pricing. Answer questions from potential guests. Communicate with people who book. Create check-in instructions. Respond to reviews. Keep track of cleaning. And somehow make sure your property doesn't sit empty when you have open dates. That's when I realized something. I was already using AI in other parts of my life and business. Why not use it to help me run my Airbnb? So that's exactly what I've been doing. And today, I want to show you some practical ways AI can help Airbnb hosts save time, improve the guest experience, and potentially get more bookings. Let's start with one of the most important parts of any Airbnb: your listing. When someone searches for a place to stay, they're probably looking at multiple properties. Your listing has a very short amount of time to convince them to click. AI can help you look at your property from the perspective of a potential guest. Instead of simply asking AI to write me an Airbnb description, give it details. Tell it how many bedrooms you have, how many bathrooms, what type of beds, what amenities you offer, what's nearby, who your property is ideal for, and what makes your property different. Then ask AI something like, write an Airbnb listing description for a couple visiting the area for a weekend getaway. Then try another version. Write this for a family visiting a nearby attraction. Or, write this for a traveling professional staying for a month. You're not changing the property. You're learning how to communicate its value to different types of guests. AI can also help you improve your listing title. Instead of guessing what sounds good, ask AI to generate 10 different titles emphasizing different benefits: location, comfort, privacy, nearby attractions, outdoor space, workspace. Then choose the one that best represents what your property actually offers. But here's something important. Don't let AI exaggerate. If your property is 25 minutes from an attraction, don't let AI call it steps away. If you don't have a luxury property, don't describe it as a luxury resort. AI can improve your marketing. It shouldn't mislead your guests. Now let's talk about something every Airbnb host thinks about: pricing. This is an area where AI can be helpful, but I would never rely on AI alone. AI doesn't always have access to real-time pricing information in your local market, but it can help you think strategically. For example, let's say I have 3 empty nights coming up next week. I can give AI my normal nightly rate, my cleaning fee, my current discounts, the number of nights available, and ask, what are some pricing strategies I could consider to increase the chances of booking these nights? AI might suggest adjusting the nightly rate, offering a last-minute discount, reducing the minimum stay, creating a weekly discount, or comparing the total guest price against similar properties. Then I can take those ideas and check the actual market myself. That's the important part. Use AI to help you think. Use real market data to make the final decision. Another area where AI saves me a tremendous amount of time is guest communication. Think about how many messages an Airbnb host sends: booking confirmations, pre-arrival messages, check-in instructions, first night check-ins, checkout reminders, thank you messages, review requests. Now imagine writing every one of those messages from scratch. You don't have to. AI can help you create message templates that sound friendly and professional. Then you personalize them when necessary. For example, after a guest's first night, you might send a short message asking if everything is going well and whether they need anything. That small interaction can catch problems early. Maybe they can't figure out the television. Maybe they have a question about the thermostat. Maybe they need another towel. It's much better to solve that problem during their stay than discover it in a 3-star review. AI can help you create those messages in advance. Another thing I used AI to help create was a guest handbook. And honestly, I think every Airbnb should have one. A good guest handbook can answer questions before your guest ever needs to contact you. Wi-Fi information, television instructions, thermostat instructions, check-in and check-out procedures, parking information, grill instructions, house rules, emergency contacts, nearby restaurants, grocery stores, local attractions. You can give AI information about your property and ask it to organize everything into a professional guest guide. You can even ask it to write instructions in simple language so they're easy for anyone to follow. That creates a better experience for the guest. And fewer messages for the host. AI is also incredibly useful for local recommendations. Guests don't just need a place to sleep, they're visiting an area. They want to know where to eat, what to do, where to shop, what's nearby. You can use AI to help organize recommendations into categories. Family activities, restaurants, coffee shops, outdoor activities, rainy day options, date night ideas. Just make sure you verify the information before giving it to guests. Restaurants close. Business hours change. Attractions change their schedules. AI can help organize the information, but the host should always verify it. Another area where AI can help is reviews. When a guest leaves a positive review, responding is easy. Thank them. Tell them you enjoyed hosting them. Invite them back. But what happens when you receive criticism? That's where emotions can sometimes take over. AI can help you write a calm, professional response. You can explain what happened, acknowledge legitimate feedback, clarify misunderstandings, and explain improvements you've made without sounding defensive. That's incredibly important because your response isn't only for the guest who left the review. Future guests are reading it too. AI can also help behind the scenes. Cleaning checklists, property inspection lists, maintenance schedules, inventory lists, supply tracking. You can ask AI to create repeatable systems for your property. For example, create a turnover checklist for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom short-term rental. Now your cleaner has a consistent process. Bathrooms, bedrooms, kitchen, floors, linens, towels, supplies, safety checks, final walkthrough. Consistency matters, especially as you get more bookings. And if you eventually manage multiple properties, systems become even more important. Here's another way I've found AI useful. Problem solving. Sometimes I simply describe what's happening. I have 3 open nights next week. My weekends are booking, but weekdays aren't. A guest wants to stay for 30 days. Someone is asking for a discount. My one-night stays aren't profitable enough. Then I ask AI to help me think through my options. Not make the decision for me. Think through the decision with me. That's an important distinction. Because AI doesn't know everything about your business. You do. But sometimes having something challenge your assumptions or suggest another approach can be incredibly valuable. The biggest lesson I've learned is that AI doesn't need to run your Airbnb to be useful. It can become your assistant, your copywriter, your brainstorming partner, your communication assistant, your checklist creator, your research assistant, and sometimes your second opinion. But you still need to be the host. You still need to understand your guests. You still need to maintain the property. You still need to provide great service. And you still need to make the final decisions. AI isn't the hospitality. You are. AI just gives you better tools. If you're an Airbnb host or you're thinking about becoming one, my advice is to start small. Take one repetitive task you currently do. Maybe it's writing guest messages. Maybe it's responding to reviews. Maybe it's creating your cleaning checklist. Maybe it's improving your listing. Use AI to make that one process better. Then move to the next one. You don't need some complicated AI system. Sometimes the biggest improvements come from solving the small problems you deal with every single week. And that's really what this channel is about. Not using AI because it's cool. Using AI because it makes something better. I'd love to hear from you. If you currently own or manage an Airbnb, how are you using AI? And if you're thinking about starting one, what's the biggest question you have? Leave a comment below. I may take some of those questions and turn them into future videos. If you enjoy practical AI, workflow automation, and real-world ways to use technology in business and everyday life, I'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.